We are so live.
The world according to Kelly and Wanda. Director Kelly Temblak. Cameras are by all. The date is April the 12th. Episode 18. Take 1,110.
You know what I noticed with this camera? It makes my hands look extremely large. Yeah. So
Mine too.
What's that on your head, man?
It's pom-poms.
Oh, it's from my old ping pong games.
It's pom-poms.
Lisa's here. She says hello. We should bring her on.
So I want to play a song right away. You guys got to hear it, okay?
Okay.
Because this is what we're going to talk about today.
Oh.
The other thing I like about StreamYard
not that.
Not that.
Here we go.
Herb. Yo, I don't think we should talk about this. Come on, why not? People might misunderstand what we're trying to say, you know? That's a part of life.
This is what we're going to talk about today.
What? Let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all of the things.
What are we going to talk about? Like, what do you mean?
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Right, ladies out there, everybody wants to talk about sex tonight.
All right.
What do you think?
Let's keep it
Good plan, eh?
let's keep it PA.
PG, parental guidance.
I thought it was more like penis assistance.
Oh, maybe, eh?
You know, like
What do they do for, what does that mean, penis assistance?
Well, sometimes when you come across a penis, it needs assistance. Sometimes it's physical assistance. Sometimes it's emotional assistance. And sometimes it's medically needs to be assisted.
Oh, that's those little blue pills, isn't it? They all keep talking about. How come, do they have pills for ladies?
Well, you could take those too, apparently.
What?
I heard, yeah. But then you might grow a dick.
That's like, yeah. Oh, hang on. I got to turn my volume down. Oh, I'm breaking all the laws right now.
Okay, so when you're a guest on the show, this is what not to do. Leave your phone volume off. That's number one. You know
Turn
what?
it up.
Last week, I should look
Talking
on
about sex.
Yeah. I don't know. Since menopause, I'm kind of like that fixed cat in the corner. It's like,
The fixed cat in the corner.
Yeah.
No more urges. No more.
I don't know. I need inspiration.
You need a little blue pill.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Well, it's, I don't know. You know what it is you get older.
Oh, Jillian thinks we're drinking. We're not drinking, Jillian.
What? Uh-huh. I think you ladies are drinking. Yeah, we are. We are drinking, but we're just drinking, water.
I'm drinking tea. Tequila. No.
Yeah. I remember I drank tequila once in Mexico and I ran into a wall. Like,
it's bad stuff. It really is.
Yeah. I drank with a whole bunch of the staff and I was so bloody drunk. I somehow made it to my room. And then in the night, I got up to go to the washroom and I just completely lost my balance and ran full force into the wall.
Well, I'm telling you, don't ever drink with Kate. Kate is the tequila queen.
I know. I played a band with Kate. I know.
Oh, yeah. One time I kept taking shot for shot for shot, and I literally fell off my bar stool. I was so fucking hammered.
Yeah. Well, me and Carla played with her, and Carla fell backwards over the monitor.
Oh, my God.
She kept playing, which was
now, what is it? Cinnamon and orange she uses with them. You hear us, Kate Lewis, talking about you.
We're calling you out. Maybe we should get her on as a guest. She's got lots. She's been singing around town, and she sings all those favorites that
we can do shots with her.
We can. It'll be Tequila Monday.
Tequila Monday.
Next week, maybe she could just come on and start the show with us with a shot of tequila.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If anybody knows Kate Lewis, tell her to get on here.
So anything productive I've done in the last week is I managed to get all my exercise videos organized and up on my YouTube channel, which took me 5 hours because it was a lot of workouts. Different.
I got my front tooth taken out. No.
Yeah, Wanda had a tooth yanked out, and they had to stand on her chest to pull it out. So, and then she went with me, and we went and got our last paychecks at that place we worked, but we don't work there anymore. So the sun will shine tomorrow. Get your bottom dollar. No, you know what? We're meant for great things. So
that's right.
Why we don't need to waste our time somewhere that isn't doing us any good.
I think I need to cut my bangs, eh?
I don't know. I kind of like it. It's kind of
can't see my face.
It's kind of Roxette-ish.
Can't see my face.
Oh, well, I cut hair. Why don't? Oh, I'll wear a spacesuit and I'll cut your hair.
A spacesuit and cut my hair?
Well, just to be safe for COVID. My son has COVID right now. My youngest. He has.
Really?
He said today he's starting to feel better, but he lives with my ex-husband, so they're all isolating, and I'm over. I haven't seen him in a few weeks, so I've dodged a bullet. We've been FaceTiming. He just started a book club with his friends. He's like 20. He's got his own book club. It's so cute. Anyways, the book that they're reading is by Napoleon Hill, and it's called Outsmarting the Devil.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Napoleon Dynamite.
No, but I love that movie. Where's
That's a great movie.
I think now to come to think of it, I forgot my chapstick.
Oh, dear.
Anyways, really good book. It's kind of freaking me out a bit because it's very intense. It makes you take a really hard look at yourself. Seriously. It teaches you how to kind of tweak out the things that you keep repeating that you want to get rid of and, being more successful. So the fact that my 20-year-old son started a book club and the first book he chose is a self-improvement book, I think that's freaking amazing.
Oh, really, eh? Oh, yeah. Say hi, Barbara Ellen.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Tina.
Okay, so
hi, Lisa.
What? I'm going to read your fortune, Wanda.
Mine?
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, you're going to read my fortune. Hey, we should get Em on here for a minute tonight.
Yes. We can get anyone
we should.
We're in charge because it's the world according to Kelly and Wanda. So we're pretty much,
Hi, Corey Baskin.
Okay, here's your fortune, Wanda.
Okay.
The window of opportunity is knocking at your door.
Well.
Yes. And
I don't hear it.
And please pay your bill at the door. Oh.
God damn. Hey, Corey's watching. We should get some of these people to pop in and say hello today.
Well, here, I'll tell you what. I'll post a nude picture of you, or you click on this link. You're either going to get on the show or it's a nude picture of Wanda. Either way, click on the link.
Click on the link.
Click on Wanda's.
You don't want to see me naked.
Click on Wanda's dink. No, just kidding.
Click on my dink.
Click to my dink, my darling. Okay, I posted the link. So follow the instructions and come on in. Be the first contestant.
That's right.
Kelly and
Wanda. Hi, Fred Nichols.
Hello. Who are you saying hello? All these people. You're on it because I'm like slow.
Yeah, you're so slow.
Swing slow, sweet chariot. Okay,
take
so
1,001,045.
What else do I have to tell you? Oh, yes, we have Jay Bowcott coming on today.
Jay.
What do you think of that, suckers?
Suckers.
He's even. I saw him tuning his guitar, so that means we're getting a live performance today. So
Nice.
love
He's
that.
clicking on the damn link.
Or how come no one's clicking on Wanda's?
Here, I'm gonna send the link out. Corey Baskin, I'm sending it to you right now at this moment at this time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I'm really slow though.
And she called me slow. That
was last week.
And also, Wanda's got her. You know what? Did you know that Wanda is the great niece of Mr. Dressup? And she inherited part of his tickle trunk, and she's got it right beside her.
I wonder if I can show you guys. Let me see if I can lift it up.
Yeah. Okay. Use your uterus.
Okay. Here we go.
It's a uteral lift. Oh my God! Look at that. Oh, okay, awesome.
The tickle trunk.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite costume out of there? Like the one that gets picked the most?
I think I'll just sit here with my umbrella.
All right. That looks like it goes
Turning
in a
Japanese.
really
I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
You know what? I would just stick that in your drink.
I don't know. You think that's gonna work?
Oh my God. We should probably invite Bob on to say hi.
Yes, Bob.
Is there anything else exciting you want to tell me before Bob gets here?
Anything exciting?
Yeah. So let's see. We lost our jobs this week. So, that's the other thing I wanted to say. Wanda and I lost our jobs. Anyway, so we have to rely on our other talents. So Wanda will sew you masks or hats, or
I'm a painter.
She'll paint your house. You know, she'll paint your car, but it'll look weird. And
I can paint you.
Yes, but don't you better be careful with what you're saying there, lady. And if you want big muscles and a tight body, give me a call. I got an outdoor boot camp.
I got to point the other way.
What?
That's Kelly.
Oh, that's not Wanda. There she is. I'm going to play my piano.
Oh, yeah, you're in a different room tonight.
Yeah, this chair is more comfortable. The other one, it's from like the 80s, so it hurts. It's like there's nothing left of it, really. Has
Corey Baskin tried to pop in yet? Hasn't he? Has he?
But you know who's here? Sourpaw.
Sourpaw!
He's got a piano, too.
Yeah, it's just a little hard to reach.
I don't have a piano.
You got a guitar in the background, though. So
look at the collection you've got going on behind you.
You got like a whole rack of guitars back there, eh?
Yeah.
Yakety yak, look at my rack. So Bob, what do you think about sex?
Yes.
And that's it.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Yeah. Are you medically inclined, or
No, that's the best gift we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, in that book that I told you about, that Napoleon Hill book, it's implied that sex, if you channel your sex energies into creative things, you do really well in creative. So if you channel
well, that kind of explains rock and roll, doesn't it?
Exactly. Playing music is like having sex. I have an orgasm every time I sing.
Oh, you do.
Right on the back of Rex on that picture on the Facebook.
What are you saying? I'm squirting?
You're like,
no, but
you're like, oh, Rex, right on his back.
Bob, you look a little embarrassed.
No, I just remember I had to, I just stopped wearing the cowboy boots because they were definitely too slippery for the stages. I had to get some with a little more rubber grip. So.
Yeah. Well, you could put those rubbers on your boots.
Rubbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad had like little rubbers he wore on his cowboy boots when he went out in the rain. Did you know that?
Dog, stop.
No. Well, but that's not like
Like,
authentic.
you guys are going to be shocked at who's here.
No way.
Hello.
Hi.
Look at you sitting with the sun shining on your face.
Yeah, it's beautiful. My living room is kick ass for this, man. I got my whole wall is a window. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
Good place to do your makeup, hey?
What?
It's a good place to do makeup.
Well, I plucked my eyebrows there yesterday.
Yeah. I did my nose hairs by my front window. All my
Excellent.
neighbors were looking at me weird.
Fuck.
Hi, Kitty.
Bob did his pubes.
Oh, you pluck them, Bob.
Oh yeah, so Barb, our subject is sex today.
I saw that.
Do you want to talk about anything specific?
Well, no. Are we getting nasty here, or what's going on?
We can.
Well,
I don't know it. It sounds.
So far, I've learned that Bob is not medically inclined.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kelly's a cat in the corner.
A big lazy cat
Well, you know.
sitting in the sun. Sitting in the sun waiting to die.
That's horrible. Need to get some catnip or something.
What are you, Wanda? What would you how would you compare yourself?
To what?
Sex.
She's the one that just wants to talk about it.
You want to I have to compare myself to sex?
Yeah, what are you? Are you a cat in the corner?
How does one compare themselves to sex?
Like, are you a leopard? Are you a city bus? Are you are you a sledgehammer? Are you
I'm
are you a pogo stick?
what's something really powerful?
Oh, a jackhammer.
I like his
A jackhammer.
You could be
Sure.
a man.
What about you, Kelly?
I'm a manhole.
No, she's the cat in the corner.
And Barb?
I think I'm kind of like a rabid hyena when it comes to such things.
A rabbit?
Do you laugh during
And
sex?
what about you, Bob?
Oh, what's my spirit animal on that front?
Yeah, your sex spirit animal or object. It could be a machine.
Yeah, I'm a jackhammer.
Wasn't that a
no,
Peter
15
Gabriel
days.
song?
Look at he's still
I'm a cat person, so yeah.
he's a cat person.
I don't know.
He likes those fat cats in the window. Come here.
Oh, hi, Ryan. Who
Like,
else is
like
watching
Pepe
us?
Le Pew. That's Bob. Pepe Le Pew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a real stinker. Wee.
So we were talking about those little blue pills. Have you ever, that women can eat them too? Have you ever had one, Barb?
I kind of want to try actually now that you said that. I wonder what that would do to a person.
We should do a show on them.
All
What?
of us?
All of us take it while we're doing a show?
What if there were like unbridled orgasms we weren't ready for? Like,
You got a mute button. You
You're
could
still not ready?
just mute. You'd be like,
shaking, trying to hit my mute. Fuck.
you could do that freeze frame thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we could call it the O-Face edition.
What was that? Oh my goodness. There was this show where she oh my God, I can't even think of who it was, where she does like this fake orgasm in a restaurant.
Oh.
What was that?
That was
Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Was it Harry Met Sally?
Ryan. Meg Ryan did
Meg
it.
Ryan, that's right.
I was gonna say Melanie Griffith. I always mix those two up. And then the old lady in the corner goes, "I'll have what she's having."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's having a mental fit.
Okay, let me hear your orgasm sound, Kelly.
Ugh.
Oh my.
Your turn, Barb.
No, I have kids. Too early for that shit in my living room.
Hers is laughing. She said hyena. Or more like
There, yeah. Wait, that was a woodpecker. There's spirit animal right there, Bob.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm just not that. I'm a bit more of a slower person. I'm not that squirrel excited. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He's
I
more
wonder
like
if there's
a
anybody
lion.
out there that is like a sloth.
My heartbeat's not like 200 at resting. It's more like 60 or 40 or 50. Anyway. So do we cover all your questions there, Wanda, or what's the deal?
Oh, well, there will be more. There will be lots more.
What? How is that
Right?
possible? You know, we should ask Jay what he thinks of this subject. What do you think? Should
Yeah.
we ask
Oh, hi, Brian. Hi, JC. Hi,
Replace
JF. Hi, Isabel. Hi, Jay.
Hey.
right, so y'all can talk about boys, and I can go for a cigarette.
Yeah.
You gotta go poop or what? You gonna go take your pills?
I'm gonna have some.
Where is Diane? Is Diane in bed already, Bob?
Well, yeah. He just go to see if she's sitting in the window.
I was gonna say I can't believe that anybody didn't say they were a rabbit. Because isn't that what you're supposed to
No.
be?
Everybody's
We're not
it's
in our-
too cliche. Okay.
I was in my earlier days. I do have
Yeah.
3 children, so that I know of.
You've slowed down a bit then.
That you know of.
You've tamed yourself down a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Sika, so what are you? What's your spirit animal?
I just said it.
Sexual
I just
animal.
said it's a rabbit.
Yours is a rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, how many children do you have?
Since I'm gay, none. But if I was straight, I would have a lot.
Oh, well,
There you go.
how many children do you know of then?
None that I know of. None that I know of.
You know, sometimes you accidentally leave something behind. You never know.
There was a period of my life when I wasn't out of the closet, so there may be a little baby out there somewhere.
You never know, hey?
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
That'd be a surprise and a half one day. Oh, by the way, 20 years down the road.
BTW.
I'd be down for that. That'd be cool.
And your child is a billionaire and he wants to take care of his father.
Yeah, and share all of his money with his
Right?
elderly father. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
that's right. Uh-huh. He'll just bring things to you.
Yeah. So I bought this today.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I learned how to use it. It took me an hour to learn how to use this thing.
oh, like how to make even a sound, or
Yeah.
show us what do you have to do? Give us instruction if we never used one. What would you say?
You take the fork part here and you kind of put it against your teeth, and then you put it kind of halfway into your mouth there. But I'm still bad at, like, it still buzzes, like.
Does it bug your tooth at all?
No, but you can slam it against your teeth, so you have to be careful. But,
I've done that with a microphone before.
yeah,
That's-
right.
Oh,
you can
so
do that
have
with a coffee cup.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so me
Definitely.
and Rex had a conversation about that particular instrument one day, and we were debating what the thing is actually called. I thought it was a juice harp.
Jews harp. From as far as YouTube goes, when I'm looking at how to use it, it's called the Jews harp. I have no idea why it's called that.
Weird.
I don't know if it's racist that it's called that. I have no clue.
Oh, you're calling it that, but at the same time, you're like,
doesn't it sound racist? It just sounds racist.
Juice harp. We'll call it a juicy harp.
I thought it was juice.
Juice harp. The juice harp. I'm more into the juice harp.
Spit, right?
Yeah.
Juice.
That's
But
another assisted thing.
I feel like these ones. Those are.
So
those
what's
are,
that?
Oh, this is a harmonica. I feel like they're more juicy, but I always called these mouth harps. So I can, and then somebody said they called this a mouth harp, and I'm like, this is not a mouth harp because this is already. So.
Does anyone else have say what it is on there?
For what? These things?
Yeah, like sometimes we'll get comments and people will say
what do y'all call these things?
Yeah.
What do you call this one? That one.
Bye.
A mouth triangle.
That looks like that piece
Kinda
that I
looks
used
like
to
one.
put my IKEA stuff together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of got a similar shape to it, like one of those IKEA keys for sure.
Yeah.
Is
So
it
you
too
probably-
loud at my house for you guys?
What's that?
Is it too loud at my house for you guys?
No.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I
Yeah.
have a jam going on right now.
Cool.
Really?
It's like it's loud. Like the clock on my wall is vibrating. So I just wondered
No.
if you guys could hear it, I'd just like bow out gracefully.
No, it sounds great. It sounds great.
Okay, good.
Or it doesn't sound anything, is what I
Okay,
mean.
good. Well, it's down
Wanda
the hall
was like
and
that.
through a door, and
Yeah.
Are they good though?
well, it's just my boyfriend and my son.
Yeah, but are they good though?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's
Right on.
lots of different instruments and lots of different electronic things happening, and that's why like everything's vibrating here. So I thought you guys would probably
Cool.
weird.
As long as nothing falls off the shelf around you, you know.
Well, he'll be fixing that.
Well,
Hey, you knocked the clock off the wall. Guess who's fixing it?
yeah, that's right. But
Oh,
you
somebody said it's a jaw harp.
Jaw, right? That's what
Jaw
Brad
harp?
said, I think.
That sounds
Jaw
much.
harp.
That
That's-
sounds much less racist.
right. Let's
Yeah.
go
Well,
that
with
would be
then.
Southpaw
Oh
Bob that
yeah,
said
not
that.
Jew harp, but jaw harp.
Yeah.
Get Bob back on here, Kelly, because he's
He has
talking
to-
away in our feed.
He has to go in his picture before I could put him on. He's not even.
Oh.
He's outside texting us or messaging.
Because he's smoking.
Yeah, he's out there sucking on a weed.
At least he's involved still.
Yeah.
He is. He's still present. Exactly. You know, maybe we can get Jay to play us a song while we're waiting for Bob to have his moment outside.
That'd be cool. We like songs.
We love songs.
Should I play it
Yeah.
like a fun song? I don't want to play something depressing right now. I'll play something fun.
Play it however you like.
Play something that you can use the jaw harp in.
Oh, well, I can't do two things at once. So,
Well,
Oh,
I mean, I could just play the jaw harp for you, but
you're gonna have to
Um,
get like this like clothesline that goes across your face, and then you can have it hanging there, and you can go.
yeah, I don't think they've invented that one yet.
Or you could get one of your friends to sit behind you with a fishing hook, and it could be on the end of it. No, okay. Sorry,
I don't know. I'd give it a shot if
I'm.
it's something that would work.
Yeah. Bob said something about his mouth organ. I don't know.
Mouth organ.
Yeah, he said he wants to put his mouth organ on the harmonica. No, he said, this is what he really said. I was just putting words in his mouth.
and mouth organ for the heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Hi,
like Bob
Joel.
here. Okay, sing us something. What are you gonna
Hi,
sing?
Laura.
I'm going to do you a Woody Guthrie song. It's
All
called
right.
Talking Dust Bowl Blues. Well, back in 1927, I had a little farm, I called it heaven. Prices up and the rain come down, I hauled my crops all into town. I got the money, clothes and groceries, fed the kids, raised a family. Well, the rain had quit and the wind got high. Black old dust storm filled the sky. Swapped my farm for a Ford machine. I filled it full of that gasoline. And then I started rocking and rolling over the mountains and out towards the old Peach Bowl. Well, way up yonder on a mountain road, I had a hot motor and a heavy load, and I was going pretty fast there. I wasn't even stopping. I was bouncing up and down like popcorn popping. I had a breakdown, some sort of a nervous bust down of some kind. There was a feller there, he was a mechanic feller, said it was engine trouble. Well, way up yonder on a mountain curve, she's way up yonder in the piney wood. I was giving that old rolling Ford a shove, and I was gonna coast as far as I could. Commenced coasting, picking up speed. There's a hairpin turn and I didn't make it. Well, man alive, I'm telling you, the fiddles and the guitars really flew, and that Ford took off like a flying squirrel. It flew halfway around the world, scattered wives and children all across the side of that mountain. Well, we got out to the West Coast broke. I was so dadgum hungry I thought I'd croak. I bummed up a spud or two, and my wife, she fixed up a tater stew. Poured the kits full of it. Mighty thin stew, though. Could read a magazine right through it. And I always have figured if it had just been a little bit thinner, some of these here politicians could have seen right through it. Kind of ridiculous, right?
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I didn't realize you were such a storyteller. You know,
that's I did a Woody Guthrie Pete Seeger tribute a couple of years ago, and that was one of my favorite Woody Guthrie ones. But he invented the talking blues. So when you hear Corb Lund and you know, all those country guys do that kind of stuff. He was the guy that came up with that whole thing. So
I get to play sometimes with Corb Lund's drummer's dad.
Valgertson. I've met Brady Valgertson did a show with me one time.
Corb Lund's drummer, both his parents are drummers, mom and dad, and they're both so talented. And when I got to play at some campsite once every few weeks for a while in the summer in Vauxhall, and that's where I got to meet him and play with him. And
that sounds about right. That's where those guys are from for sure.
Yeah, and Bentley,
that whole crew. Yeah. I did one show with Brady Valgertson, the kid in that family, and he's freaking man. He showed up. He knew my whole CD after one day of practice. He had memorized the whole freaking thing perfectly. We ran the songs one time, and he just.
Isn't
unreal.
That wonderful? They're delightful, and they're delightful people too. So nice.
Yeah,
I actually get to play with him again this summer, not late summer, if it's not canceled.
Everything's canceled. So
everything.
Everything.
Yeah, Wanda. Oh my God, I just looked at you.
I'm loving that math. It's Jack Skellington over there.
That's awesome. Did you make that?
No, my daughter-in-law did, Lindsay.
Wow. How does your dog's kind of not sure, hey?
She's like, what is this thing that picked me up?
Here, let's get Bob on since he invited you.
Hey, welcome back.
Hi, Bob.
That was so Woodstock, didn't it?
That was awesome.
You know, it's a talent. Some people could try and do that same thing, and you would drift off and not listen. So you have to have a talent to that. It can't. Not just anyone can do that. So good job.
It takes a certain character. Those kinds of songs. You have to embrace that a little bit because it's a little bit cartoony or something to do something like that. You know?
Well, I don't know, that song Harper Valley PTA, right? Now,
I don't know if I know that song.
You should listen to that song. Seriously. Anyways, someone who has that kind of gift does that song and it works. Someone who doesn't have it does that song and you're like, when is this song over? What time is it?
But I bet you if you were wearing a Jack Skellington mask, you could play any song you wanted.
Right? You can do anything with this on.
Yeah.
Anything.
And you don't need filters or anything. That's real filters.
No, just a laptop and throw some EDM on and off you go.
Yeah.
So there we go. Here's another sex question for y'all. Who would have sex with somebody dressed like this?
Oh my God!
I'd have to know what they look like before they put it on.
Hey, Jay, someone in the comments.
Hey, wait a minute.
Saying hello to you.
Oh, hi.
Major Life.
Yeah. How's it going?
Hi, May.
Hey, May. She was a guest on our show.
We'll have to jam soon.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I should send her the link so she could pop in and say hello.
Yeah, well, the link is posted there, so
I can't see.
I'll do it again so that they don't have to scroll. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It's there already. Wow.
Well, yeah, on your page or on Wanda's or.
I don't know.
I got it. Don't worry.
You can see it. Wanda can see it. She can share it. You can share it. Share it to the world.
So Jay, what brought you to that style of music? Because I've listened to a few of your things, and you've definitely got a whole roots vibe going. And I was wondering what your influences were there, or what drew you to that. Like, really, like, how does it start? How does the story start?
Well, I played like punk rock in high school, but then I got into like Wilco.
Oh, okay.
I think Wilco really introduced me to a lot of folk music and the New Pornographers and like a bunch of indie rock bands and stuff like that. And I kept digging deeper and deeper into acoustic music after that, sort of. And then I got into Robert Johnson and Delta Blues and stuff like that. And then now I've got this big bluegrass obsession going on. I just go through all these phases all the time. You know, I'm always searching for different kinds of music. So,
man, you're going to turn into a session player. It won't be long. Like anything you've got the back.
I kind of hope so, because that would be a little money in the back pocket anyways, right?
Yeah. I don't know if Calgary's the place for it these days, but
well, I mean, anywhere is, because the internet's an amazing thing. So
right. Well, are you on Fiverr?
No.
Oh, maybe you should.
Maybe I should be. But I mean, you know what? I've been getting a good amount of production work just working out of my house and doing little projects for people and stuff. So, but it's not as much session work as it is that I'm producing stuff for people, you know. And yeah. I end up playing a lot of the instruments on it. But yeah, it's kind of a direction that I'm trying to pursue a little bit at this point.
Yeah, well, hey, the credentials are there because I was listening to your song. Well, a couple of songs from the Rooks album, and man, it sounds really good. And it's like, well,
Daryl, our drummer, actually mixed. He mixed those songs. But working with Daryl's been amazing because he's worked with Lindy Ortega and Cora Blund and a bunch of people. So right. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge of gear and stuff like that. And that's sort of always been my shortcoming is gear, because I'm not a total gearhead, man. Like, I like the sounds and I like the actual physical playing the music, but I'm not as much of a gear junkie. So I've forced myself to learn a lot of that stuff, and I'm getting better at it, but that's a battle for me for sure.
Well, you sound great right now as it is. Like, you've already got like that much figured out, you know. Yeah,
you've got to, man. You got to catch up, right? We're moving into the internet age now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, were you always in Calgary, or?
Back and forth with Medicine Hat. Like, I moved here after high school, and then I moved back to Calgary and back here, and been back and forth a bunch. Now we got a bunch of superheroes in here.
Yeah.
What?
No. I have a string in my face.
I feel left out because I don't have any masks or anything here.
You know what's funny is because like when me and Wanda went off camera for a minute, I could see her putting this costume on. I thought it'd be funny if I put one on too.
I'm playing in the tickle trunk.
Right. So let's play one of your videos too. We have Bob sent me a few. Do you have a preference that you'd like to see first, or
whatever you want to play? Surprise me.
Oh well, geez, you do know I'm a woman. I can't make decisions. For facts, okay, wait.
So is Rooks still going, or like as much as they can go?
Yeah, we just put out a cover of Casey Jones by the Grateful Dead.
Oh, geez, I gotta go hear that.
Yeah, we put it on all the streaming services and everything. So
okay, cool.
we're putting out a song a month. As long as we can't play gigs, we're gonna try to put out a song a month the whole time. So
wow,
well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
that's a hefty goal too, because that's a lot of work, man.
We're self-producing it. We're all recording our parts from each of our houses.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually working really well. Like we're getting some great sounding tracks out of it. So
perfect. Boypin and choipin and eating doity worms. Okay, here we go. You guys can hear it okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Perfect. All right.
I'm going to the country. I'm gonna pack my things. I'm going to the country. I'm gonna get my wings. I will soar. I will fly. I'll soar all day and night. Got 8-foot wingspan, bigger than many birds. I'm hunting and I'm searching. I'm feeling pretty good. I will soar. I will fly. I'll soar all day and night. Well, I feel that change a-coming, feeling pretty good. It's lasting pretty long now, much longer than it should. I'm floating down that street now. I'll twist and I will twirl. I'm floating down that street now. It's me against the world. I will soar. I will fly. I'll soar all day and night. Well, I feel that change a-coming. It's feeling pretty good. It's lasting pretty long now, much longer than it should. I'm going to the country. I'm gonna pack my things. I'm going to the country. I'm gonna get my wings. I will soar. I will fly. I'll soar all day and night.
Oh my God. Sorry about that. Holy moly, eh? Sorry. I was running. I don't.
That must take a
Was
long
it
time to
doing-
put
you know
something
when
like that together, eh?
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it was one day because I was wearing the same shirt for all the takes.
Well,
You
It's
know what I
usually
liked about when you had all those the same shirt on in every take, because I did that something similar to that with just a couple windows, and I wore different things, but because of that shirt design, you look like a cool wallpaper.
Yeah. I still have that shirt. I don't wear it It's actually really big for me, that shirt.
Yeah.
You can't really tell in that video though. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm giving away the secret. It doesn't fit me at all. It looks terrible.
So that just took you a day to do that?
Yeah, I think I spent a day sort of filming and making the parts, and then I spent the next day kind of putting everything together.
Making it real.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna wear something with a cool pattern, and then have a whole bunch of windows of me, and it'll be like a pattern within itself.
You know, clothing is probably, when you're doing videos like that, the clothing is really the most interesting part of the whole thing. The music's fine, but the clothing is important.
You can tell you're a musician, eh? The music's fine. It's
People
all right.
always say people listen with their eyes, man. That's why us musicians got to put on some nice clothes when we play gigs, because people want
Or
something
crazy
to look
stuff.
at.
Yeah, people don't want a big poop stain in the back of your big pants because you crawled out of a gutter to come play.
Exactly. And I mean, we're not all like big muscly dudes or, you know, like super interesting looking unless we bring the clothes that make us look interesting, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Sometimes a personality coming through an instrument or a voice
I can do it too. Yeah.
transforms a person. All of a sudden, you don't see that shit stain. No, just kidding.
I don't know. You know, like hosting jams and all that. Sometimes you wonder, like, really, you decide to walk out of the house that way, and you want me to put you on stage with Crocs and friggin' holes in your sweats that you probably slept in? I was like, come on, you know.
Yeah, well, sometimes though, you got to keep in mind that some people that are like very like almost geniusy. They're so focused on their craft that they don't even think about what they're wearing.
But that's not the people who come to jams usually.
Not unless you offer to buy their tab.
Yeah. They'll do anything if you pay for a beer.
If you give them offer to change your tire or something.
Yeah.
I bought a guitar one night at a jam for a beer. A guy had no money and he wanted a beer so bad. I bought him a beer and he gave me a guitar.
Damn.
How was the guitar? Was it decent?
I'll show you.
I'll get it. You know what? I almost feel bad, but not. I give him like a 2-week window to come and ask for it back.
Yeah.
If he forgot where his guitar is totally, then that's it on him.
Drunk people make really bad decisions sometimes, man.
Every time.
Right.
On every level.
Do you let him roll with it? Do you let him roll with those bad decisions?
Well, you know what? There's been a lot of times where that bad decision is tipping me like $100, and I do not say no to that bad decision ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't you love the bad decisions? You know, when you do a private gig and then they just they don't want you to stop playing, so they just throw piles of money until you see you play all night.
Yeah.
You're like, I
many times.
instead of $300, I made $800. Darn.
That looks like a decent guitar. Like it,
right?
Some sort of Stratocaster.
Yeah, it looks like a Telly or something.
It's a G. Burton, whatever that is.
G. Burton.
I'm sure it's fine.
It cost me $4.25.
That's a good deal.
What?
Yeah, nice.
I can't top that.
I bought my first bass for $10.
$10?
$10, but that was a long time ago, and my mom bought it off it was a used furniture store in a small town, and it was hanging on the wall. My mom said, "How much for that?" And he said, "I don't know, $10." And then she tried for 2 weeks to play it, but she couldn't sing and play at the same time. She goes, and threw it. And I went, "What's this?"
I think mine was $75, my first bass.
Yeah. My second bass, I think, was probably more. My second bass, everyone goes, "You're a woman, so you should get a delicate little bass." So
this one
got
cost me way too much money.
How much did that cost?
But it's a Martin.
Yeah, it's a Martin. It's
amazing. You know, the sweetest of all.
I love it.
Martin acoustic, yeah.
It even smells.
I know.
It smells so good.
It even smells like $2,000.
You know what? I've never heard any other brand match that in my lifetime, and I'm pretty old.
Martins are the best.
Yeah, for sure.
$75.
That's $75
for a Hagstrom.
You know, it'd be
nice.
It'd be funny if she said $75. He goes, "Hey, isn't that my bass?"
Oh, I've had this for holy shit, probably 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it'd be worth more today, that's for sure.
Right? Yeah, but I paid $75 for it. Some kid, his dad bought it for him because he wanted him to learn how to play bass. He didn't want to play bass; he wanted to play guitar, so he put it on this thing called Marketplace, but it was a radio thing back home, and it was on $75. So I called him and I was like, "Man, I'm gonna scoop that up." And I guess his dad wanted him to get it back, and he's like, "Nope, sold it."
Too late, bud.
Score!
Have you scored anything cool there, Jay? Have you scored any cool instruments besides the Martin? I mean, but like,
and the jaw pipe or whatever that was. What was it called?
Oh yeah,
I got this from Kevin Warren.
Oh, okay.
Kevin just gave it to me. It's from
nice.
From an ex-girlfriend or something like that. He said it didn't go great. And he's like, "I don't want it around. It's just reminded me of her." So he just gave me this thing. And you know what? It took me a while, but I've started to use it on tons of recordings and stuff now. So it's coming in super handy.
Right.
Nice little mandolin.
Well, it kind of fills in the Nashville 12-string area of soundscape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I every time I've heard a mandolin on a recording, it always just brightens the recording up super nice. And a lot of my favorite recordings have mandolins on them, like that REM tune, Losing My Religion.
Right.
You know, that Rod Stewart. So what's that Rod Stewart song?
Maggie.
Yeah. You know, and the band when they cover Bruce Springsteen, Atlantic City.
Okay.
You know, there's just some really poignant songs that have mandolin on it. And then I'm also just obsessed with bluegrass right now.
Right.
So Ricky Skaggs and stuff like that, right? So
exactly.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome instrument. I'm enjoying delving, but I'm not amazing at it yet. You know?
You don't have to be.
No, for the texture, you just play the chords. But I'd like to learn some more bluegrass licks on it and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, Billy Strings and Molly
Tuttle.
Holy
yeah. Unbelievable, man. Yeah. Yeah, it really makes you know your shortcomings when you see people play guitar like that.
Yeah, it's hard to not want to just give it up.
Yeah, you just got to keep your head down and just keep working, man. You can't let people like that discourage you either, because they're kind of freaks of nature at the same time, right? So.
Did you run into a situation like that where suddenly you're like, because I went to a jam once and then suddenly I turn around. It's like, "Oh, you're next." And so I get up and I set up and I plug in and everything. And then I turn around and now I'm going to forget his name. Oh my God. Brent Wright was on.
I was literally going to say Brent Wright was that guy.
I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, he is unreal.
Anything.
Yeah, he's so good, man.
But and a great personality too, because he was so like, no, do your thing, man. It's like, we're just a host. Like, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think he was like the first jam I went to at Mikey's. I think I walked in and he was on stage, and I was just like, what? is
Yeah.
this? Like, I've never seen anything like this before. Mind-blowing stuff.
Was that at the old one when he was hosting like his freak out jams with
I think it was just a Saturday with it was just a Saturday he was in Mike's band or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because he would have like a Sunday night or a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night where it would be like him and Chad Holtzman and
yeah, I used to go to those a lot too.
Yeah, and then you're seeing how much talent is there, and you're like,
yeah,
I don't want to get up anymore. That's it.
But they always get up there and make you sound great, and then it's totally worth it, you know, because you get a few of their licks on your songs, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. They like transform it into something that you could never even come up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's this about?
Legacy. That tune I wrote before Gord passed away, but then I put it out a few months after he passed away. I can't remember exactly the timing of that, but it's just sort of a tribute to the Tragically Hip. You know, they're a band that I saw live so many times and loved. So I threw a few of Gord's little tidbits of Gord's lyrics into the lyrics and wrote him a song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Brady Enslin's playing on it too there.
You're heaven sent. You broke everything down for me. You showed me what I wanted, then you showed me how to get it. I was lost inside my head. I'd taken everything for granted. With one short song, you showed me unity was worth it. And now I am just hoping for truth, man. And now I am just hoping I can write it down. And now I am just wondering what the poets they are doing. Are they taking time like me to try to just compare the legacy that you're leaving? Heaven sent. You were dancing on a pinhead. The red, the white, the vibrant, they're the colors you are singing. You were lost inside your head. You never took it all for granted. It was your 50th mission cap. Now it's coming to a close. And now I am just hoping for truth, man. And now I am just hoping I can write it down. And now I am just wondering what the poets they are doing. Are they taking time like me to try to just compare the legacy that you're leaving? Every time I saw you up there, you're taking me to someplace new. And every time I saw you up there, I've learned. Now I am just hoping for truth, man. Now I am just hoping I can write it down. Now I am just wondering what the poets they are doing. Are they taking time like me to try to just compare the legacy that you're leaving?
Beautiful. Yeah, what a lot.
Hercules.
We need somebody to fill that vacuum.
Cha
We
cha
need to, like-
cha.
Yeah, well, we'll see if
Yeah.
anyone can ever do it, man.
Well, you can definitely be a candidate.
I'm working on something. We'll see if it measures up, but you know.
Well,
Yeah, I'll be here judging you.
Yeah.
don't forget, like, he's had a whole career to get better at what he did.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the hardest part is being the wordsmith that he was, right?
Yeah.
But that's what really, like, the songs are good and everything, but it's the wordsmithing that was so, you know, that touched people in such a way. And talking about Canada too, right? Like,
I think also in music, the thing that I've always loved about music is, like, no matter what you do, you're going to play a different role than anyone else has played, you know? Whether your part's significant or it's like a smaller thing that you've contributed, whatever you do is going to be unique to your personality and what you are capable of contributing, because our physiologies are different. Our voices are different. We play instruments differently, and our brains just work different. So naturally, the music we're going to create is going to be different for every person. You'll never measure up to Gord Downey, but you might contribute something that's like super unique and interesting in your own right, you know?
Right. And he's probably sat and said the same words.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Right?
For
Like,
sure. He was a pretty insightful guy.
up to whoever he looked up to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you've got a lot of collaborations going on. Like both times I was at Mikey's and you were opening for the Wednesday night jam. You had different people on, and both times you guys sounded like wonderful. Like the whole vocal harmony, you definitely got a lot of that, and the song selection to feature that was. I understand why you're at Mikey's. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's a great gig, man. Mike's an awesome dude. So I'm grateful.
Mike, is trying to keep a standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, and some people don't particularly care for the fact that he has to be somewhat exclusive a little bit, but at the same time, he's trying to be the best place in town. Right?
You hear stuff like that about every venue.
Yeah, exactly.
They're cliquey at that venue. You're like, well, they're curating. I wouldn't call it cliquey as much as curating what's on stage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he came up to me and he said, I want to make sure you're going to play some blues. And it's like, yeah, no worries.
Demanding. Mike can, he has moods.
Yeah,
he has different moods,
I was just surprised that he wanted to make sure that I would do that.
Yeah.
Like, no, okay, yeah.
I can do that. I can do that for you, man.
It's your Saturday afternoon blues jam. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Maybe I should go there and do some death metal. That'll teach you.
Hell yeah. That's what Wednesday nights were for. That's what I hosted. You come and do your death metal on Wednesdays. When we're back at it, I'll have you on stage for some.
Right.
I'm more of a doom metal guy myself, but
Oh, okay.
See, I'm from the 80s, so like for me, metal is like Slayer and stuff like that.
Thrash
and stuff.
Thrash metal, Violence. Have you guys heard Violence, man?
You're dead because you're dead.
I love thrash, man. Thrash metal's cool. That's cool stuff.
My mom used to. I remember this is years ago, obviously, but my brother got this Meatloaf album. and it had Bat Out of Hell, so it was like a motorcycle coming out of hell or something. And my brother would play Meatloaf, right? And my mom would go, turn off that devil music.
Well, you know what's funny about that? It's I was living in Europe at the time, and my dad had come back from a trip in the States, and he brought that album back, and he showed it. He didn't show it at first. He just said, "Oh yeah, there's a band called Meatloaf. It's really big." And I was like, "You're just kidding. You're just pulling my leg. That's not a thing." Because I was at 14. I was like the credentialed person with like the in of whatever is going on in music. It was like not even close because it had just come out though, right? And then he shows me the album, and then it was like, okay, well then let's put it on and see what happens, right? And it was a masterpiece from its time for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, I remember that at the same time, like all my records were played in. It looked like a fireplace, but when you open the lid, it was a record.
Yeah.
And I found this record of my dad's. What was the name of the band? You'll know when I say the song. And it was that one that goes, well, here comes Johnny. He's a one-ball man. Off to the rodeo.
Off to the rodeo. I'm only left and now only right. Come on, you fucking dummy, get your right step right.
So here I am, like 8, playing it over and over. Look at your fucking jerk.
I remember my grandparents had one that was like a Looney Tunes record. That I used to always play, but they had this one song on it that was it was like, my baby fell out of the window. You'd think that her head might be split, but good luck was with her that morning. She fell in a barrel of shaving cream. And I loved it. I've
heard that. I've heard stuff like that before.
Yeah. I loved it. It was the best thing ever. And she also had an Alvin and the Chipmunks record that I listened to.
Oh, nice.
That was driving nuts real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wish I could have kept that record player. That would have been awesome to have it today. Open a fireplace, fake fireplace in there.
I was surprised because I discovered some really cool music through my mom's forgotten collection. Like she handed me, I'm like 11 or 12, and she handed me this reel-to-reel player, and she had a bunch of reels. And, for her, it was like, I'm not dealing with this crap anymore. It's like, I got albums and, and a record player and all that, and a stereo system. Anyway. And so I'm starting to listen to that, and there's like a whole CCR thing, and there's a whole Led Zeppelin album, and there's a whole Hendrix album, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And that's kind of how I got introduced to American rock from those days, was through my mom's tapes. And then there was some Simon and Garfunkel and other stuff of that nature, and then the Age of Aquarius and all that kind of stuff. So. But
there's been a lot of comedy shows put to that song, I tell you. Every time I think of that, Age of Aquarius. Like I can't believe how many comedy movies will throw that in there, and then they all act like dorks at the end. Yeah.
When I was a kid, my parents had these really good. We lived in Winnipeg when I was growing up, and my parents had these really good friends that babysat me all the time. And the guy that lived at that house, his name was Bruce, and he had this huge record wall that was like a whole wall of his living room. And he had all the good stuff, Neil Young and Clapton and, like just all the classic rock, Cheap Trick and everything. And he'd always make my mom mixtapes just on cassette. He'd burn all of his records onto cassettes. So I grew up the first 5 years of my life having all this awesome music. Then we moved to Calgary, and I didn't hear anything good again for years. But that stuck with me those first 5 years, hearing all of Bruce's mixtapes, So now every time I go to Winnipeg, I always visit him and thank him for it. Because,
cool.
Because it's what I'm doing now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I was babysitting in those days too, and one of the parents had a huge collection. And I discovered so much stuff. Like I wasn't gonna go there and turn on it. Plus, on top of it, it was great because they had already put the kids to bed. Every time they went out, it was like they had already put the kids to bed. I was just there just in case somebody wakes up, right? And they had all these huge wall of albums. I discovered the Talking Heads and Roxy Music and all kinds of stuff that I would have never had access to. and you just put and it's really like you pull a sleeve out and you look at the thing and you're like deciding right there with what the album cover speaks.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to listen to this? Maybe. And you just put it on.
I miss that, man. I totally miss that.
Getting inspired by the visuals, right?
Mhm.
And deciding how to and not knowing, right? Because now we have all the answers like so quick. But it's like before you had to kind of make up what the band sounded like or looked like, or or how many people.
That's going back to what I was saying about listening with your eyes, because you listen to the record with your eyes before you even put it on the turntable. And sometimes you were shocked because it was really bad and it looked super cool. And
Buffy says hi to you, Jay.
Hi, Buffy. We'll hang out when I'm back in Calgary in the backyard, distanced or whatever.
And hi, Bunny, and hi, Claude, and Liam. Liam says, "What's up?"
You're not in Calgary right now, or?
No, I'm in Dunmore, Medicine Hat.
Oh, I was just near there. I was in Redcliffe.
Yeah. Right on. Redcliffe's great. Other side of town.
Yeah, there's I don't know if you like fresh vegetables or not, but
The greenhouses are amazing.
the greenhouses in Redcliffe, you can go to the end and you just go in. There's nobody there, and you just go and put your money in the slot and pick your vegetables and leave. It's awesome. They got bags of
greenhouse
different
capital,
ones.
man.
Oh, it's so it's always fresh. Yum yum yum.
Mm-hmm.
Yum yum yum. That's all I can say. What do you?
Medicine Hat's a cool place, man. I
grew up there.
Yeah,
I grew up in Medicine Hat. That's my.
Have you been to the Silver Buckle before?
Oh, many times. I played there.
I used to play at the Buckle every Friday. I played there for 5 years.
I played there in a band with my mom.
Who's your mom? Maybe I know your mom.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, tell me later. We don't have to announce family members on here.
Yeah, no. Her name is Jill. But I used to play in a band with my mom years ago. That's how I learned to play bass, because her bass player quit because she needed a bass player. So here I was.
It's super cool.
I know. And I played at the Cecil, and I played at the Corona,
the Royal,
and I played at the Legion. Yeah,
the Legion, nice.
All around town. What's this Rooks project you got going on? What's this about?
Rooks is kind of a different vibe for me. There's the drummer's from South Africa, Brent's from Montreal, the bass player, and we're just a 3-piece band.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit play.
No, play it.
It just started on its own. It wanted to play so bad.
The sun is setting on this town. Streets are bare, no one's around. It's been one hell of a twisted year. I'm dirty and broken and my future isn't clear. So I'm getting out this old town, highway bound. My tires are bare and the engines fail. I'm swerving left and right, and all these sirens wail. And I'm lost, what do I believe? I've said my piece, I'm weightless, man, I'm free falling. So I'm getting out this old town, I'm highway bound. I'm losing sight of where I was going now, burning flame. dreams have failed. Where you gonna go now? Where you gonna run when all your ships have sailed? Where you gonna go now? Where you gonna run when all your dreams have failed? Where you gonna go now? Where you gonna run when all your ships have sailed? Where you gonna go now?
So is that about getting out of Medicine Hat, or?
I think it's
Yay.
about coming to
Go
Medicine
team.
Hat. I think
okay.
during that first I wrote that during the first lockdown, and
Okay.
the second lockdown I came to Medicine Hat and stayed here because I was like, I got to see people, man.
Right.
You know, I was trapped in my apartment long enough, for sure.
Right. Yeah. So how do you see how do you see the future playing out, like on the music front, like for a project like ROOKS or anything else you delve into? Is it like online that's best avenue for now, I guess? Or
I in my mind right now, I'm trying to hyper focus on just production work. I'm trying to pursue that avenue.
Right.
And that's been generally working for me right now, and I've been teaching some lessons. The band is practicing when we're allowed, interspersed into this whole
Right.
thing. And we're just hoping that eventually we can. Our plan right before this, we were going to book a tour of Europe, and we were all like really excited to pursue that avenue. But so that's put on hold. But hopefully we can get back to doing something like that eventually.
Yeah. So what was the was there a defining moment on when you decided that, oh, okay, I think I'm going to be a musician, and not just as a plan B, but more as plan A?
I think I've always been sort of set on it. Like since I think when I was 18, maybe 17, I bought one of those like Boss recorders, those like 16 channel tabletop recording devices. And I just recorded hundreds of songs on that thing, like hundreds. One day I unplugged it and deleted them all, but that's besides the point.
Oh no.
Yeah, the hard drive like burned out. But I looked at that too as like, sometimes you got to let some stuff go because there's a lot of bad songs on there. So,
Well, yeah, bad songs, but that might have good ideas.
yeah, you never know. But whatever, they're lost in the ether. But still, I think ever since I bought that recorder, I've been pursuing this as something that I've been passionate about. I've spent lots of time doing it, and for me, it's more therapy than anything. And I think when I'm doing it at home and I'm just killing a lot of time, it's more of a mental exercise for me that keeps me busy and keeps my hands moving and keeps my brain working. It's been a godsend during this whole thing because I don't know what I would do if I didn't have music.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. And the technology to self-produce.
Big time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm really glad I invested in this recording gear that I have, for sure.
Yeah. Because
it sounds good. Your sound is really good. I've enjoyed everything so far, visually and audio.
Look at this face. Come on.
No, I just mean it's interesting. You're keeping it interesting, and you're thinking about that aspect, not just what they're hearing. So that's good.
Yeah, and I don't overthink doing different stuff. I just try to let the creativity flow, and
Yeah. You never know what comes to you, what road they'll lead you down until you're done, right?
Yeah, and you look at guys like Bruce Springsteen or Neil Young or Pearl Jam, all those guys, they have full range of what they do. There's folk music and there's rock and roll there, you know, and that's always been in my head what I wanted to do. I want to do like a few different things.
All right. Well, what about this? Yeah, this is the video I was supposed to play.
The opening harmonica is so killer, and the reason why it's so killer because for one point I was working on something and I wanted that same harmonica that opens when the levee breaks. It's so powerful, and suddenly I found it. It's like, oh, there you go. He's doing it. All right, so that's been done. But yeah. Loved it.
Nice. Here we go. Woohoo. Here comes the magic. La, la, la.
Sometime in the near future, the
You know
song
what?
coming to you.
All they want to hear from me is something they already know. I don't want to sing no more songs played on the radio. This how you should make it, Kev, till you join the ranks with them. I sing my own goddamn song, it drives you mad, can sing along. I sing that old rock and roll chorus everybody knows, something you've heard before. Rotation on the broadcast radio. I played in this, so didn't you, 5,000 times this old guitar. Played so many songs for you, but you still have no goddamn clue which songs are mine, which are who's the ones you know belong to you. Scream them out, steal my thunder, baby. I sing that old rock and roll chorus everybody knows, something you've heard before. Rotation on the broadcast radio. Does anybody ever heard this goddamn song? Hey man, I don't think I've heard this one.
Should we able to actually turn up your guitar a little bit?
I don't know if everybody heard, but that little break in the middle, it says, hey man, turn your guitar up or something. Where'd he go? Kelly, producer Kelly, where did Jay go? Or am I muted?
I don't know. Miss Kelly, can you hear us?
Hey, are you with us, Kelly?
Oh, hey.
All right, he's back.
I could hear you guys the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I know. You know what's funny?
What was the whole
Is my computer froze, so I just go until things fix. I'm like, meanwhile, I'm hitting all these buttons. I don't know why my computer seems
Technology,
to freeze
man.
at this time, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Like it's not that hot or anything. Just move you around.
Blow on it. Yeah. So what's the whole thing like in the middle? You guys talk a little bit, and then at one point somebody says, "I think you should turn your guitar up" or something.
When we're recording, we always have we do a lot of times we're practicing. We have our phones just recording the rehearsal so we can listen back to stuff and critique ourselves. So there's always a bunch of banter in the middle, and at some point we went through some of that banter and pulled that part out or something. I can't even. That stuff happens so randomly and organically, you know.
Anyway.
There's probably some marijuana involved in that decision.
That was awesome, and I think it's super cool because it brings the audience into the room where you guys are practicing. And every time I hear stuff like that, where there's like little Easter eggs, or or at the end of a song, you suddenly hear somebody say "nailed it" or "didn't nail it" or whatever. Yeah. It's like, oh, that is so cool because actually you feel like suddenly you're there.
I think I get that flavor from Neil Young, man, because I've heard that on so many great Neil Young records, little moments like that at the end.
Right.
You know? There's a moment at the beginning of our record where there's a bunch of reporters like talking about the weather and politics and like taxes and stuff like that as the record opens up. And it actually, we were playing at OCL Studios rehearsing, and all of a sudden my amp started to pick up radio signals. So we stuck a phone up to the amp and recorded the radio signals, and then it's at the front of our record.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and they talk about Canadian politics and China and stuff, and it's crazy how relevant that is right now, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So stuff happens sometimes that's just like totally meant to be. You know?
Yeah, I had a recording studio, a very small one, like an 8-track tape. But point is, or reel to reel. But I had to chase down an issue just like that because suddenly I'm picking up, and I couldn't tell what station it was, right? Because I was trying to dial the station to figure out what frequency, and then maybe that would lead me to something. But whatever.
You gotta embrace those things, man, and use them. You know.
Well, not when a band's coming in and trying to record.
No.
It's like I gotta.
A couple days ago, the high school was playing "O Canada," probably a recorded version. I don't know, but it was really windy outside, and I went up to my window and I recorded this really far away version of "O Canada," and you can hear the wind, and it's crazy sounding. So I'm going to record a flat picked version of "O Canada," but I'm going to open it with that little. I love field recording stuff, man. I'm a huge fan of that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Well, don't give up on that. That's for sure.
No, it's fun stuff, man. Like Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois and stuff. They're big purveyors of that, like ambient sounds. You know.
You know, something really broke my heart was when I saw the shambles in which that Warren Heights recording studio is in now. Because it got abandoned, and then read the history of all the great albums that got created there and all the sound that got created there. And I was kind of disappointed that people like Rush wouldn't just like say, like they can buy it, fix it up, put it back together, call it their own. You know what I mean? And I'm talking, this happened, 15 years ago where it just like got dilapidated. And so what's your thoughts on that? Like maybe things just need to pass on. Like
I think everything has its time, but if you can salvage the board or something out of the space to put into another studio. I love stuff like that, you know.
That was all gone. But it was just the location was just so gorgeous to begin with. And that's one of the things that's so many musicians who loved recording there, because you'd be you've had this big bay window that had this view on the lake, and you weren't in the city, and it was so inspirational for so many artists who recorded there. And to me, it'd be like, why would you even give that up? Like, do you want to go? Do you want to go record in there, or do you want to go in some brick building? You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, there's some to be said about the music that's been recorded there that makes the space kind of special too, right? You know, like it creates an atmosphere there. If you go into a place and you know the Tragically Hip recorded all their records there, or so, like, you know, stuff like that, it has some spirit in the walls or something like that. You know?
Exactly. And we're all, you know, Wanda's, you can chime in if you want about like the whole ghost kind of situation where the spirits.
Oh yeah, we usually get the guests to tell a haunted story. Have you ever had a haunted story? like something spooky happened?
I think maybe the weirdest thing that's happened to me was when I was a kid at my house, the toilet used to always flush by itself and the kitchen TV would always turn itself on. All the time. Like all the time. And I was home alone a lot, and it always happened when I was sitting there.
That's freaky.
The kitchen TV, it was one of those dial TVs where you turned it on with the sound, with the volume.
Older guys.
It was freaky.
Here, I'm going to read your fortune.
Okay.
We usually do tarot card readings, but you know, we've been busy lately, so we're just relying on
fortune cookie. That's the best.
Long Duck's Palace to.
Yeah. We can totally do one right now.
You have to say under the sheets at the end.
Yeah, Bob says we. He doesn't mean himself.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it takes a lot of our uterus and our moxie to do that. Wait, here we go. Oh my God. I can't see. Because it's dark in here now. I'm using the light of the fucking thing, and then but it's shining through. Oh, the window of opportunity is
behind the curtains.
Is in your house.
Are they talking about like my browser window?
The phone call is coming from inside the house.
Oh my God. I actually watched, is that from Scream? I watched Scream a little while ago.
Scream is a parody of the actual movie. There was a horror movie in the 80s, and called The Babysitter. It was called The Babysitter.
Oh, okay.
And there was a babysitter, and there was like some murderer was going around and killing babysitters or something. I can't remember, but someone says finally they tracked the person who was phoning to say, kept phoning her going, I'm going to kill you. Whenever she's babysitting. And then someone says, all of a sudden they figured out that the phone call is coming from inside the house. And this is before cell phones. So it was the second line. Oh, the dog thought that was funny. Okay, just hang on. I gotta go look in the light and make sure see what this says.
You want to borrow my glasses?
Okay, hang on. I'll be right back.
If you thought you were on a professional show.
Hey, man, this is better put together than any friggin' live stream I've been on so far. That's for sure.
Killer, stop it.
Well, now, anyway, about the whole, the spirits in the room, like all the music that's been created in those spaces, like come on, like how can someone abandon it? That's ridiculous.
Okay, have you checked the children? That's what it says. No,
that's what the fortune says.
No, it says opportunity. No, the window of opportunity is knocking at your door.
Oh, I thought it was behind the curtains.
Hey, isn't that the same thing that I got?
Really?
Yeah.
Every time I order Chinese, it says, for good luck, you need to order more.
No.
I feel like half the time I open those things, it's not even really a fortune. It's just
right?
like stating something obvious.
Yeah, it's just a fucking statement. What the hell?
I say.
What a ripoff, you know? How many cookies do I have to eat to get my real fortune?
Like if it's a fortune, shouldn't it say like this is going to happen to you, not like this is happening right now?
Wanda, you're right. That did say the same thing. I just checked it.
So Jay, we have the same fortune.
Hang on.
That's because we're both super cool.
That's right.
Hang on.
Oh, she's gonna go get another cookie.
Yeah. And it's gonna say, why do I have to eat all the cookies to read someone else's fortune? Why am I getting fat to read it?
I gotta eat. You know, I gotta eat all these cookies. It's a good thing I burned 1,000 calories in exercise today. For fuck's sakes. Oh my God. Seriously, I sweat so bad that my eyes burned.
So whose fortune is this now, Kelly?
Well, this could be
Kelly's.
Bob's, I guess, because
Oh, Bob's.
let's see, I'm pulling it out of the freaking cookie. I don't know. What is this? Does this look like a cookie to you?
Oh,
I don't know what that looks like. Looks like something else.
All the men just absolutely innocent. I don't know. What was that? Looks familiar. I've only been hunting for it my whole life.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
I'm kidding. I think it's horrible to see. It's a horrible thing.
you know,
Okay.
what happened
The
to you?
window. No, just kidding. This one says, you need a haircut. And it says, walk carefully in the beginning of love. So when you're going to grab that old cat out of the window,
Yeah,
careful not to break the hip.
that can't be for me.
Look at, here comes Wanda's cat. Jealous. Yeah. Wanda's cat's always jumping in the camera and sticking its star in the camera.
That's right. Here, you can see her face instead, okay?
I thought her cat only had one eye, but it's just because it was always leaving. Oh my God. Thanks for coming, Jay.
Yeah, it's been a blast, man. This is a lot of fun.
It's
This is the only
funny.
reason we do it.
A lot of your videos, I've been creating my own things in my head. So I get some of the stuff you're doing, and I do a lot of video editing and audio editing on my own. And I'm telling you, that was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Last video,
We're constantly trying to throw stuff together, and it
that
is a lot
last
of work.
video
You know?
was so awesome. What a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do your own video editing as well, like all those videos. Or?
Yeah, we kind of split it between the three of us.
Yeah.
Dependent. You know,
Someone-
I made the
someone's
lyric video, and Daryl did the editing on that video.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's all
Yeah.
kind of stuff to do.
Yeah. No, you know what? Great editing. Tell them I said so, because I do a lot of that. I used to do a lot of video production, and that was what a great job. So smooth. It looked good even with the shadows he put behind you. That was awesome.
For the three of us to be throwing stuff together, you know, like it is a lot of fun to see it at the end, and you're like, man,
Yeah.
this is just us, you know, and some
Yeah.
lights in a room.
You feel like a dork doing things by yourself, and then when you see
You don't need, like, that's the thing. When I watched the video, it was like, that's all you need. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like some people blow millions on stuff, and
love is all you need.
turns out to be a dud movie.
My favorite music videos are always just clips of bands playing live.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we can't do.
We can't do that now.
Do you see what Wanda's cat is doing? I'm serious. As soon as I said it,
No, we're trying to have a conversation here.
Well, I know, but you know what? We need some comedic relief, because you're a pretty serious guy, Bob.
Right. I thought you were doing fine with, like, trying to read the fortune cookies. That was the same as the other one, and
But it really was. This last one was different, though. So
right, it just had a bunch of numbers
that
on
was
it.
from the same restaurant. You know, we got Chinese food last night, so that was from that. So
Oh,
I mean,
no one gets that.
Cats.
you got a
what
couple of
I-
soy sauces. I could read what's on those if you
a
like.
comment: cats on Viagra. Is your cat on Viagra?
I know, eh? Like, isn't that crazy? Like every show about this time, the cat comes up and sticks its ass in the camera. Like, I wasn't making it up. I was saying it's real. It's real.
No, I don't think my cat's on Viagra. I hope not. She
That's
doesn't eat a lot.
That probably wouldn't be good for a cat.
That was Bob Sharp made that one.
There you go, Kelly.
See?
So,
I see the star. Old One Eye is back.
Any musicians that you've discovered that or things you've discovered that we should all know about, because just like you, an undiscovered talent.
David Greer.
David Greer?
Yeah, he's really, really insanely good at the guitar. Just mind-blowingly good. And super laid-back guy. Like, it's actually funny how relaxed he is, and then he just rips your face off. Acoustic music, he's a bluegrass guy, but he's
How do you spell his last name?
Grier, I think.
I'm
David
Googling.
Greer.
I'm YouTubing him.
Cool.
Does he have a very interesting mustache?
Yes, yeah, that sounds like him.
And do you have a favorite, like Beaumont Reg?
Beaumont, his version of Beaumont Reg is unbelievable. Yeah, that's a bluegrass standard. A lot of people do it, but he's unreal at it.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know what I love? If I can be fast on the gun, I love it if I could just like pull these things up and play them, because then someone actually gets to see him and maybe remember him, and then if they forget, they can actually watch the show and go, "Oh yeah, that's him. Okay, I'll look him up now."
Yeah.
So that's a good way to share.
Oh, I'm happy to share this with people, man. This is good stuff.
Yeah, I'm just.
And anybody who likes that, Billy Strings, Molly Tuttle, those are other two that. Like
Brian Sutton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I saw Molly Tuttle on that show, Cracking the Code, where the guy has got this like camera right on her hand, see exactly how she does it, and he slows it down, and like that guy's pretty good too. But he's from a different angle a little bit. But yeah, and she looks totally relaxed, and she's like, I just practice, you know. Is
that any relation to Phil McCrack?
What?
Isn't just Phil McCracken like when Bart Simpson used to call Mo at Mo's?
Isn't he like the radio guy?
Isn't he a stucco guy?
Ow!
I'm just waiting for this video to start. Sorry.
It's coming.
Come on, man. Give me some juice. Show me your magic. Blow on your keyboard.
Hey there. I'm David Greer.
Oh, look at him.
I'm here. Wonderful Seattle, Washington.
Washington. Love that.
But it's pronounced Washington. That's how they say it. They prefer you put that R in there. They love it. Seattle, Washington, here at Fretboard Journal. That's where I'm at. I'm right here, right now. So I got a new joke for you. I know that's why you're here. So let's see. What's the difference? You know the difference between toilet paper and a shower curtain? Oh, so you're the guy. Yeah, there you go. Anywho, so let's see, where do we go from here? I reckon I'm going to do a tune that has a whole lot of cross picking on the B part, and it's called the Beaumont Rag. It's a fiddle tune. I reckon it comes from Beaumont, Texas, or somebody at least must have liked Beaumont, Texas. I don't know. It's best not to get into the psychology of it. It's called the Beaumont Rag, is what it's called. And it goes like this.
That's awesome.
That beat part's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of sat there. You just kind of sit there and go.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Thanks for the recommendation. So everyone, I got David Greer on the bottom of the screen there. So look him up, check him out, follow him. Give him
all those bluegrass guys, man, they're all so laid back, and they're they don't. There's no fame there. They're just freaking. Do you have me cranked in there or what?
No, it was Wanda. It was that rabbit, Wascoey Wabbit. Wanda.
I had the speaker plugged in, so I had it turned up really loud, and I forgot, and I unplugged it, and I forgot to turn it off when I unplugged it.
Uh-oh.
That's a quick rabbit thinking there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Crap. I had another question for you. But now
that's okay, Bob. Save your questions for other days. You don't.
Yeah,
need to
other people. I'll ask someone else a Jay Bowcott question.
Yeah. So what do you think about that guy?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What instrument should he pick up next?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well,
hey, that's exactly what
this is it for me, man. I'm going to be working on this one for years. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and then next time I see you, you're gonna have this weird dent in your tooth.
Oh.
Right.
I'm getting better on the harmonica.
On the harmonica.
Yeah.
Your dog hates this thing.
You got my dogs going.
That's great.
Yeah, that was my next question. Was like any instruments you want to pick up?
Any other instruments?
Boy.
No. I'm pretty happy with guitar and bass. Guitar and bass have sort of become my things, and I sort of, if I'm producing something, I hire out the rest of the guys.
Right.
I don't like. You can only get so good at so many things. I don't want to spread myself too thin. So
there you go.
See, May said to play the watchboard for you. Next.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, I got some dirty socks need taken care of. Just while you learn to play it, you might as well get some stuff done. Oh, geez. Sorry. I know. What do I say?
But in fact, if you came across one of those, that's one of the things that really surprised me when I first discovered CCR was that on that album cover, he's playing one of those gut string wash tub basses, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if I came across a really cool like cigar box guitar, baritone guitar or something, I would probably take that up. Like I like the mandolin. I would never have started learning it if that hadn't sort of fallen into my lap either, right? So
right.
I think sometimes life tells you you're supposed to learn something, but
I can't remember who, but I know I came across someone who told me here that there's someone in the Calgary area or outside of Calgary, but not very far, that makes cigar box guitars, 3 and 4 strings.
There was a guy in Medicine Hat that made really nice ones, but he was Australian. He moved back to Australia, unfortunately, but
yeah, ever since I saw Samantha Fish rock one pretty hard, I was like, ooh.
I'd love to have one around, man. I don't even know how they're strung. They're like usually 4 strings, aren't they? Like
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah,
just pick an open tuning and run with it.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey,
like limitations sometimes are helpful in that sense, right?
For creativity, they make you work outside of your box, right?
Yeah, because like you play slide, right?
Yeah, I mean, I dabble with it. I use it on recordings here and there. Like I don't sit down and rehearse slide every day. Like I'll never be Derek Trucks or anything.
No. Jeez, yeah, that's all one. But and the reason why I'm saying that is because when I got introduced to slide via watching, some live shows of people that played it and all that, I realized, and then to try to pick it up, then I realized it was like, okay, first of all, it broke all my habits because I suddenly I can't just like pull out a muscle memory pattern to get from here to there. Okay. And now I got to think about really what's the next note I'm going to hit, right? Once I hit a note on the slide, then what's the next note I'm going to hit? And it just put me back in the framework of like creating a melody instead of just like throwing down a muscle memory thing to get from here to there. And I thought that was super helpful in being much more melodic, right? And that's where I'm saying like certain limitations actually bring you back to what music is all about, where it says, okay, well, I'm not blazingly fast at anything.
You can't overplay if you don't know how to overplay. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so to like try not to be to try and fake it till you make it, at least at that point it's like, well, if I can get the melody good, then I'm okay. And then it turns out that turned out to be much more useful than I ever thought, right? To some, because it was like, you kind of like stray away from certain perspectives that well, that's not music anymore. That's just you doing scales.
I think jams do that to me when I'm just trying to jam with a bunch of random people, and I never want to mess their song up,
Right.
Yeah.
There's a huge education in being able to on the spot jam and make whatever they're trying to do
sound better
as best as exactly. And I've noticed that with you, like you're one of the great jam hosts in town.
That's one of my mottos is make it better. I want to get that in the studio, like on a thing above my computer here that says just make it better. Like, because that's the whole point of being in the studio, right? If you're hiring people to come in, they better be making it sound better and not worse,
Yeah, it should be more work.
Yeah, but some people will take, some people will take it wrong.
Have you listened to Jake Bug? You ever listen?
Oh yeah, Jake Bug's great. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one of his songs I've always wanted to do and never ever have, but maybe someday.
Yeah, he's good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoy. He's got a tone coming out as yang yang, I guess.
Man, there's so many of those guys nowadays, though. It's just unbelievable how many really great songwriters there is out there.
Have you ever gone to, because the way I think that with your style, you could get away with going to the cowboy gatherings and becoming a part of that community. I think you would really enjoy it. Once in a while, you come across some cowboy poets that have been doing it for a really long time, and some of their material is just, it's worth the whole other boring shit.
I've heard a lot about those things lately, actually.
Yeah, there's one. Usually they start, because my mom plays and she's a cowboy poet as well. Cool. So I went on the circuit. Sometimes I'd show up and play bass for her or something. But they're pretty cool. It's like a weekend, but I think it starts right in Cochrane. I think that's where one of the tours begins, at that Cooley Road or whatever that little ranch is out there. And so that's kind of local. You can maybe get your feet wet and just go there and like just watch. Don't even, just check it out and it'll inspire you. I'm sure.
I as I get older, I've embraced more and more the whole Alberta thing, the rural Alberta vibe. Like there's a whole thing there. And I really realized like a lot of the musicians that don't live in the city are way better musicians than the people that live in the city.
And they just do it.
Amazingly good players.
Yeah. They just do it there. I went to this secret rehearsal not long ago, and it was someone built their Quonset into like a honky tonk bar.
I love that.
And I went in there and I was like, I have photos. It's like, so I was like, wow, this
Quonset sound amazing. The rounded ceiling is amazing. That's why the blues can's so great, man.
Yeah, and we played with all these steel player and all these people showed up, and we just all played together for like 2 hours straight. And they went, okay, see ya.
That's awesome.
It was in the middle of nowhere. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you find a lot of hometown heroes too that never get to tell their stories. Like we, I was in rock. No, well, rock like an older. Anyway, we were pretty, two fronting guitars, pretty hard, but not rock like Judas Priest, but more like heavy blues, like some Kenny Wayne Shepherd style, right? That's kind of what we sounded like. We show up in Sundry. First thing the woman says, first of all, there's like 8 old people in a I don't know, it was like maybe 12 tables there, 12 8-seater tables. It was just like 8 people there, and they were like in their 60s or whatever. So we walk up to the bar, and the woman.
Is that the place that has a big post between you and the audience?
Yeah. Oh, maybe I can't remember that part. But anyway,
you look around the post and play.
Yeah, no, that's
in Sundry.
That was Booker's, where you had to play around the cement columns. Anyway, the first thing the woman says is like, "So you're a country band?" And we're like, not really. I'm sorry. Anyway, it was a dead evening. We rocked out to nobody, tables and chairs. But between the sets, the only person that was there was the woman serving, right? And so I'm just chatting it up with her. Her story was so amazing. And I was like, oh, and this is like 10 years ago. All I'm saying is that, it would have been a good half-hour interesting story to have someone tell, and then you just realize, look, there's so many hometown heroes unsung heroes that never, like, I can't remember exactly the context of what the whole thing was about. I just remember walking away.
Where can I?
Holy shit, she's like,
holy sheep shit.
you can write a book about like just her life and her contribution in Sundry, and that woman's still there. And it's not like superhero stuff that happens only in the movies. No, it's real people that have real lives that really help out the community that they live in. Right?
Did you know in I think it's called Torrey, or what's the name of that small town? Begins with a T, like near Didsbury-ish. I don't know. That way. And it's they have a mouse museum, right?
A mouse museum?
Sounds gross.
And
there's a bat one out here somewhere, I heard.
Yeah. And they actually have like all these little displays like that. Remember that movie Dinner with Schmucks or whatever?
No.
Right? It's not a mouse museum. It's a gopher museum. And all the gophers are in clothing and displays. No? What's that?
Sounds interesting.
It's in Alberta. I'm going to find out what it is because
right.
It begins with a T. Gopher Museum. You know what? I could just Google it on my phone. Let's see.
Tree Hills? Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, Bob. I'll go back to your big story.
No. My story's over. But the point being is that being musicians and being able to travel in all those little towns, you get to discover a lot. Especially in the days where you were doing 2-nighters, right? Where you'd be like Friday night, you do your thing, and then Saturday you got all day to like discover what's going on, right?
Well, and who else would hang out in like Wawa, Ontario, or like St. John's, New Brunswick, or like the places where you just sort of end up that you would never go there unless you were playing a gig,
Hey,
listen to this.
Navy Light says it's Torrington.
Yeah, listen to this. World famous Gopher Museum in Torrington, Alberta. Okay, it's not open right now, but it says they're closed for now, but they do a whole tour. You just got to look it up on the internet. Anyways, I'm just looking for a description, but they're not really.
Glad you're here.
Viewings are by appointment. Anyways, cash only. Anyways.
So Jay, have you discovered things like that by touring around or like?
Oh, tons of times, man. And you know what? Like just some of the things that happen when you're on tour are just like completely insane. We ended up, me and Brady were on tour and we were playing in Tofino and we finished our gig and got asked to come to this party. And we were like, sure. And we walked into the party. There was like 100 people there and everyone was naked.
Oh, right.
And we're like, what the hell is going on? black lights everywhere, and everyone in this house was naked, probably on ecstasy or something. We walked through the house. We stayed in there for probably 5 minutes, and then we were like, okay, like, what
you
are we
stayed
gonna
for 5 minutes. That's funny.
No,
Did
like,
you get derobed?
well, we kind of wanted to, like, we were curious. We were like, what the hell's going on here? So we had to, like, you had to stay at least 5 minutes. Come on. Like, you can't, like, walk in there and just leave. You have to stay in there for a little bit.
It'd be like, what was that movie that they had where they went into that place and everyone's wearing masks, but they were all naked and then they couldn't leave?
Well, luckily we could leave because we were pretty sketched out by the whole thing, for sure. But
yeah. Was it, was there, you said fluorescent lights or strobe? Or?
Like black lights, I think, maybe. You know, like, it was really, there was blue and purple lights everywhere. I don't know.
That's weird.
And then later that night, we got back to the hotel. Somebody smashed our hotel room window that same night. It was a really weird night.
Where was this? Where was this town?
In Tofino.
Wow.
I've had experiences like that in Vulcan, but
Tofino's wild, man. It's all those like all the hippie kids that go there for, like,
right.
You know, they're going there to surf, but also do a bunch of drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a weird town.
And it was really probably someone said, hey, let's have a naked party. We'll get all these lights.
Totally.
And then probably inside everyone's minds, they're all like freaking out, but they didn't want him to say anything because no one else was saying anything.
They were probably just eating ecstasy like Skittles, probably. Like,
Kelly, put up Bob Sharp.
What did he say? He got kicked out of Walmart? What?
For trying on the underwear. Wow.
So the trick is if you do that, what you gotta do is you take your old underwear and leave it there and then take the new underwear, but just keep getting the same kind of underwear.
I had a friend that used to he'd go into Old Navy and he'd put on a pair of pants on top of his pants. And then he'd put it on under his pants and he'd put his normal pants on and then walk out with the pants on.
Oh shit.
He took like tons of pants.
It's like some kind of a pant fetish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he did really like pants a lot. It might have been a fetish. I don't know, but he stole a lot of pants. I think a lot of people have like a stealing fetish, probably, right?
Oh,
I know some
it's
people.
It's a thrill. Yeah.
I went to a store with a friend, and like we were going through the store, and she's talking. I am totally oblivious that she is like filling up bags of crap, right? And even when we walked in, there was the mannequin had this hat on like a pilot wears with the goggles, you know, the one of those was on the mannequin. And we left. She somehow got that thing off the mannequin and had it in the bag. And I get in the car, she's pulling all this stuff. I go, don't you ever do that with me again? Because now I could be arrested.
I freaking hate shopping already.
She was beside me. Like she's so good that I was with her and I didn't see it.
Well,
like,
then you're fine.
Right?
It's not your
no,
fault.
but I'm just saying, how did she get that? Mannequin was in the window. How did she get that fucking out of it? When did she go up there in the display and get it off?
Well,
like that was
why steal those? Like, are you ever going to use those for anything? You'd never wear those.
It's
no one
filling
wears
a hole.
those.
I think it's filling a hole of some sort. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of things in the window, we had a bit of a panic attack until we finally found Katie, our kid, like standing amongst the mannequins in the window.
What a stinker.
Where the hell is she? You lost her? No, you lost her? Wait, and then she's in the window. Just anyway. Jay, it was a pleasure talking to you and getting to know you for sure.
Yeah, that was fun, guys. Thanks for having me.
It was fun.
You know, just because the fortune is such that our other guest had to cancel because he still had to work tonight, we got to enjoy hanging out with you for a lot longer, which was great.
For sure.
And
I really enjoyed getting to know your music better. And
Yeah.
hearing all your little stories about going to naked parties and stuff.
Well, we'll see. There'll probably be more of those stories. Who knows, man?
Yeah,
Who knows?
next time. Maybe you could put it in a song. All those. Oh well, I went in a naked party and
It'll probably end up in a song in some form or other,
Yeah.
but maybe I won't directly address it. You know.
And then you could go, and then the chorus could be like, "We left when we saw the blue dong."
Which blue dong are we talking about here?
You said there was purple and blue.
Well, everyone was purple and blue. It's just the lighting. So there was a lot of blue dongs. There was a ton.
Was that the beginning of the Blue Man Group?
Yeah, probably.
We turned left
Training.
at the Gopher Museum in Torrington. We ended up at a naked party with blue and purple dongs.
Yeah.
Dogs or dongs?
Dongs.
What did you say?
Dongs.
Dongleberries.
I can't really say anything about girls because you can't really. Nothing really would stick out in the blue light.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we should let you go on that note, hey.
All right, I'm gonna go eat a steak. So.
All right. We'll see you later.
You.
Red meat.
I'm jealous. Who wants steak?
I totally wrote a song about all my failed dating situations. And it had to be a country hilarious song. It couldn't be anything, right? I was gonna make it a blues sad song. It had to be like
Hi, Roxanne. Sorry.
That's okay. Roxanne.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Hi, Roxanne?
I did.
Oh, she must be on yours. Because she's not on mine. I don't see it in this thing, but sometimes it takes a bit to load. So, load. You said load. Well, that was fun. It was fun hanging out with Jay, hey?
Yeah, and I made it this week.
Yeah. That was lucky.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah,
Every week.
And
Every
so did
week.
Barb. For a little
So did
bit.
Barb.
Barb. Oh, yeah. Oh, Barb stopped in. That was a lovely surprise. She just popped in. So that's good when we post the link on there. We never know which one of our friends can stick their head in, you know?
That's right.
Stick their head in the oven. No. Just kidding.
So you got anybody lined up for next week there, Bob?
I sure do.
Yeah.
You?
Spencer? Spencer.
Well, yeah, Spencer, who was supposed to come on tonight, he was like with the whole patio opening and the takeout food, he wasn't gonna be able to be home by then.
Yeah.
Spencer who?
So
Tapley? Is it Tapley or Tapley?
yeah, Spencer, he's manager at the venue. He's got a long history of managing all kinds of venues. I'm sure we're gonna get some great stories out of him.
We'll get into that, but he is a plethora of knowledge of and he has a long history of the music venues and tell us some interesting stories for sure. I think.
Oh, right on.
Event management, like so. It's not just music. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of things like
And then
sex, sex shows, and
Tallulah. So Tallulah, I think she's good to. She confirmed that she was good to go for next Monday. So
She's like the bread whisperer, right?
Yes, the sourdough. She makes
sourdough lady.
Yeah.
Sourdough whisperer.
How come the baker couldn't have children? Because he had donuts. Me and Wanda are thinking maybe we might do an on location
Right.
somewhere.
You mean like
where, like we might go to Hard Knocks Brewery.
Wanda and I? Hey,
No, me and Wanda.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wanda.
Thanks, Dad. Look at the cat. Swing.
There was that place that Debbie. It was that place that
Bob's face.
Hey,
What do you say, Bob?
There was that place that Debbie was working at, Asylum of Art.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, when the next unlock down happens, we can maybe do a live show there. That would be cool.
Well,
right?
yeah, I'll have to bring a booster because I remember she struggled with internet in certain corners around there, didn't they? Was that them? We'll direct in. Haha. I'll bring a cable.
And John Garrett for next week too. So
John Garrett.
John Garrett, give us a 2-sentence description of what we're going to get out of John.
Well, John's a drummer that I worked with, who's a super fun guy.
Like a mushroom,
like us, that kind of fun, like just hilarious to have, and
nice.
Also an incredible painter. And I have a hard time categorizing because he does industrial and commercial work, but the stuff that he does is completely artistic. And I hope we get some pictures of.
Yeah, we should have some samples of that.
Because he was staying at Battistella, which is a nice building.
Okay, so you said it. What is it again? It's
What? Is this like? Should we do an offline meeting, or are we still?
No. Should we do? Bob, you are so good at live programming. I tell you. Okay, give me his full name again. Bob.
John Garrett.
John.
What, you're gonna look it up while we're live?
Why not?
No, there's nothing to see there.
It says ice hockey. Is there a hockey player named John Garrett?
Okay, if you want to fumble around live, then go ahead, but I don't need to be part of this.
There we go. Oh my goodness, hey. Well, Wanda, it was great doing a show with you.
I'm glad I finally made it.
Yeah.
I really got to apologize to Kirby because, I should have been here, but I was kind of a little bit worn out.
Yeah, she was worn out. She was hang gliding and then ice fishing. So
right.
That's a lot to handle. All right.
It is a lot.
A lot to handle. Okay, well,
I have a song for you that I need to play before we go anywhere, okay?
Sure. Okay, sounds good.
Together,
just
to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say